everyone, this is Kurt ASMR. I hope you're doing really well today. So in today's video I want to do my summer fragrance wearing, and let's just get straight into it. But before I start, I just want to give a honourable mention or dishonourable mention to those fragrances that I didn't wear in summer, even though they're kind of summery and citrusy. It kind of makes me sad that I didn't wear these, but okay, here we go. Here's the first one I didn't wear, Guerlain L'Instant L'Homme. This is a beautiful, classy, citrusy fragrance. And I haven't used much at all. I only got this in like October last year, I think. Makes a nice sound as well. It's so classy. I was struggling to find an occasion to wear it. I think I have worn it sort of in springtime, but it will work in winter as well. It will work year round. So, L'Instant L'Homme, Eau de Toilette. Sorry I didn't use you. I still love you though very much. I love this fragrance so much. It's gorgeous. Next one, Azaro C. Beautiful blue box. And this is the bottle. It's a cool bottle with a blue juice. This is my second bottle of this. It's discontinued, and it's just a beautiful, uplifting, oceanic citrus fragrance. But again, because it's discontinued and this is my second bottle, I've been wanting to ration this. I was wearing it on my honeymoon in Paris because my it got shipped to my wife and she brought it with us, so I did give it a bit of use in spring, but sadly not in summer, just because I just want to save it, which is sad. But I used plenty of other fragrances, so the cat makes a nice sound as well. I'm sorry, I'm rattling through these. I will go longer on the fragrances that I did wear. And then a couple which I don't want to spend too much time on. These are the Davidoffs, which I bought new in summer. So technically I have been wearing these, although because I pretty much wore these when I bought them. So I'm sorry if the box is getting loud, but this is Davidoff Street Fighter. I did a whole review and comparison on these. On this versus Aquaman, but Street Fighter smells very similar to Davidoff Cool Water Aquaman as the Street Fighter logo. It is very nice. Yeah, there's a spray there. This is discontinued, but you can still find it online, whereas Aquaman seems much more difficult to get, but they smell very similar. So again, because it was like a new fragrance, I only really wore it to try it out in summer. And then the other one I bought at the same time was Davidoff Cool Water Intense. And I actually did wear this a lot more because it's such an intriguing fragrance. I did wear it like at least 3 days in the summer to get used to it after I bought it. So a lot more than the Street Fighter. It's a slightly darker bottle than the Street Fighter, and it's Davidoff Cool Water Intense. It's like an ambery, sort of a rich ambery smell. Again, has a similar sprayer to the previous one. The Davidoff bottles generally tend to be similar, so yeah, that's intense, and it kind of intense, but it's like fruity and ambery. It's one of those fragrances which is hard to describe, but I really enjoy it a lot. So that was one of the new ones which I wore quite a lot. Okay, sorry if you hear a clicking sound. It might be my zip. I was trying to work out what the sound was. I have my loud swatch on today as well. That's my Blue Boost swatch. So, okay, let's get into my sort of collection proper. Let's go with Antonio Banderas Banderas, the Icon, which I've been wearing a lot throughout the summer. And this is going to be a year-round fragrance for me, even though it's quite summery. I love it so much. This is the first Antonio Banderas fragrance which I bought. And I bought it at the airport actually, in the duty-free, and the Antonio Banderas fragrances are very cheap, so I'm really happy. And it comes in a sort of bottle with a kind of badge on, a bit like Dylan Blue, and people say it smells like that as well. So I've had this just under a year now, about 11 months. I bought it last October, and it's very hard to see where I am with it. I've got about that much left, so I've used about 6. I'm on about 65%. So it has a metal plate, and this is kind of like an aquatic, fresh fragrance, but has a deep dark background. To me, it smells like the ultimate duty-free fragrance. I mean, obviously I'm reminded of the duty-free when I bought this, but it smells very holiday-ish. It smells like you could wear it during the day, during your holiday, or, you know, when you go out for your meals, for your holiday. And as a great sprayer, a really nice distributor, and it's really fresh. And also this has been, I've used this a lot over summer because it's just an easy evening fragrance for me to wear. I'm not a big person for going out, but when I don't know what to wear and I just want something comforting in the evening and relaxing, you relax, you relax. This is the one that I go to, and so over summer this has got a good wearing, and I'll sometimes wear this to work out as well. And I also use my other Antonio Banderas fragrance to work out in as well, which I will. I'll show you that one. That's going to be Antonio Banderas Blue Seduction. And I bought this in the airport. Excuse me, my chair is squeaky. I bought this in the airport coming back from my trip. So on this particular trip, I bought 2 Antonio Banderas fragrances because they were cheap. So this was about £22 or something like that. Honestly, this is very cheap. You can buy it online for very cheap. And this is the 100ml bottle, and this smells very, very similar to Versace Mano Fresh. But I don't like that fragrance because it has a harsh dry down, which I just don't get, but this isn't as harsh. And some might argue that it's weaker. For that reason it's weaker, but yeah, I just really love this, and I love the bottle with the blue juice in it. I love the deep oceanic blue, and it has this sort of textured bottom like that. Yeah, this one's just very aquatic and fresh, and this is my go-to gym fragrance. So again, I've had this for just under a year now, and the sprayer is amazing. It's really quick, and oh, that's my watch. Do you know what? I'm going to turn my watch off because it makes this annoying creaking sound. Yeah, it makes this a bit of that particular watch, the silicone makes a weird creaking sound, so I just took it off because it was annoying me. So yeah, you can see the logo there, a bit fingerprinty, sorry about that, but oh, this room's going to smell so fresh now. But this is my absolute go-to gym, I don't really go to the gym, I work out at home, but I love working out in this fragrance. It just gives me a boost through my workout. So, and I've used, I'm on about maybe 40-45% left. So, and I would absolutely buy this again. Maybe not for a while because there are other aquatic fragrances I want to explore, but I think this would just be one that I'd love to just have in my collection all the time. So Seduction. Yeah, it's an absolute classic. I think Christopher Cologne ASMR has that as well, and it's really nice. Alright, let's go to Davidoff. This is Davidoff Cool Water Aquaman, tie-in with a comic character. Just get these boxes. I'm not going to be able to get the boxes out of the way because I'm running out of desk space. I bought this about 3 years ago, maybe. Actually, maybe about 3 years ago. And I first properly wore it actually at a Comic Con, and I've used I've used about 55% of this. It's such a lovely aquatic scent. It's simple and fresh. I love the bottle colour as well. I love oceanic smells. Summer isn't really my favourite season because I find that the heat is too hot at the moment, but we've had like heat waves and stuff. But in terms of fragrance, summer is my favourite because of fragrances like this, yeah. And what I do is I have a shelf for my current fragrances because I only have limited shelf space where I'm living, and I will put away my summer fragrances in winter and put away my winter fragrances in summer. But sometimes some fragrances like the Antonio Banderas will be like year round. This one is very summery, and because this is discontinued and very hard to find, I'm going to use up my Street Fighter first and then use the rest of this because even though it was very cheap when it came out, it's a collector's edition, so I'm not going to spray this, but yeah, it smells very, very similar to the Street Fighter. Street Fighter's a bit creamy, but I did a whole comparison video, so you could go check that out. So, alright, next. This is one of my favourites. This is Bulgari Man Wood Neroli. This is a beautiful neroli. Neroli is like an orange. It's a very orangey scent, and this is the bottle. And I've had this about almost exactly a year, and I've only used that much. But I do love it so much. I actually started wearing this properly in the winter because I couldn't wait. This again will work year round. It's kind of citrusy up top, but very classy with a woody dry down. Very, very orangey. I love these kind of like hip flask, almost like talc powder bottles. It's a bit plasticky on top, but good for tingles. And this one has a sprayer where you have to turn it like that so that it doesn't, press accidentally. And then, that's not pressing on purpose. Okay, yeah, it's a bit temperamental, but yeah. And then when you turn it that way, it's locked again. So yeah, it's so nice, very classy, very orange, like orange blossom and woods. Like, I really don't like blood orange fragrances, they make me ill, but this, like a neroli, like a nice fruity orange, is nice, yeah. My wife likes this one on me as well, so and you can still get this one as well. I don't know if it's discontinued or not, but it's still around. I paid about £62 for it online, so Bulgari tend to be quite expensive. So. And during the summer I also finished a few fragrances as well, like Farah, which is like a pear fragrance. I used to wear that for work. I finished a Bulgari Aqua, which in a round bottle. I finished that in spring, I think. Maybe even winter. I finished it quite quickly, and then I finished some of the other cheapo ones that I have. So yeah, that's Bulgari Man Wood Neroli. let's do these three. My Little Baby. These are like dupe ones, so these are from the perfumist. I bought these in Belgium from a shop called Easy Paris XL. They're like their own brand. They're like little dupes of existing fragrances, so they were like €20 each, and I thought they were a fun souvenir of my trip. So Out in the Storm, you've got Limitless Sky, and you've got Wild Side Walk, and I think that they are dupes of existing fragrances. Let me just get one out. Actually, let me get them all out, just so you can see the colours. They are cute little bottles, actually. I won't be buying these again just because they, I'd have to go to Belgium to get them, and as I say, they're imitations of existing fragrances, like little dupes. Yeah, and so I've used a lot of these, and I didn't have like a proper work fragrance. I usually have a specific work fragrance, but I was in between those, so I started using these for work. This one is a bit like Out in the Storm is it's a bit like Jean-Paul Gaultier La Malle to my nose. Has that sort of lavendery dry down with a bit of spice, yeah. They say on the box it says ginger and leather, but I don't know, maybe a bit of ginger, but I don't think these descriptions really correspond to the notes. Anyway, my headphones are popping out. Okay. But yeah, cute bottle, and yeah, I've nearly used, I've used just below half of that one. Okay, and then you've got, that's Out in the Storm, no, Limitless Sky. This is exactly like Boss Bottled number 6, which is the sort of apple pie, is a green juice, the Boss bottle, but yeah, like that. Again, really nice, safe for work, nice apple pie feeling, but it's fresh as well. It'll work year round, so this one is one that's like year round in my collection. And I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm blazing through these because they are the same bottle design but different coloured juice. So golden coloured juice, this is probably my favourite of the three. This is Wild Side Walk, so nice distributor there. I've not been able to figure out exactly what this is an imitation of, but I think it might be like, it smells a bit similar to Davidoff Adventure to me, and because it's called Wild Side Walk, that's what I suspect that they were going for. Let's tap on this one. It's quite a thick bottle, so it doesn't quite have that tingly ding sort of resonant sound. Yeah, it's almost like a salt pepper shaker to me, but it's classy and simple, and I like it. And yeah, as is always the case, I saw it when I went to Belgium, regretted not buying them because I found out they were unique to that store, and the next time I went I just bought all three. So yeah, and there were women's ones as well. Bought my wife one, and a couple of them are on, the women's ones are on Fragrantica. It's called The Perfumist by Easy Paris XL, that's the name of the shop. So next, this is Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton for men, eau de toilette. I've had this about 9 months. I bought it in December in the USA last year from I want to say it was a Burlington rack. They're a bit like a TK Maxx type store. It comes in this cylindrical bottle there with Paris Hilton on the logo. And this was literally, the price is still on there, guys. Look, $10.99 for this little 30ml bottle. And it had been on my list for a while. I was really curious about it, and I was blown away. This is so nice. This has like a really nice, I think it's like a watermelon fruity fragrance, yeah. And yeah, it's just really fresh and uplifting, and it lasts a surprisingly long time as well. I've nearly used it up. I have nearly used it up, but let's just give it a quick. There you go. It's not going to use that much, but yeah, it's only a 30ml and it's so fresh. And yeah, again, another one where I'm like, if I want to feel uplifted, this is the one that I go to, and it lingers around for a while. So yeah. And Paris Hilton has a few men's fragrances as well. I really want to try out the other ones. I smelled one in a black bottle, and I wasn't as keen on that one. But I kind of smelt it in a rush. But to me, it smelled like something I'd smelled before, whereas this one smells a bit more unique. You might argue it smells like those melon, like those melon body sprays, but it's got a lot more backbone than that. But it does smell very, very fresh. So I wasn't doing fabric scratching. I was just itching. I got an itch, but here you go. There's some for free. Okay. Kenzo on Night, next one. If you don't know me, I'm a big Kenzo fan. Although not as much about the newer ones, not as much of a fan of the new ones, but this is Kenzo on Night. This is the oldest, the fragrance I've had the longest in my collection. I have had this about 6 years. A friend of mine bought it for me for my birthday, I believe. And it comes in the old bamboo style bottle, which they don't do anymore. It's like it's like a bamboo katana sword, but they do them in like bamboo bottles now. But and I've nearly used it all. It's about there. Yeah, it's about there. So very little left. This is a nice, like a coconut. Again, it feels like it's got a mango note in it. Very tropical, almost like a tropical fruit cocktail fragrance. Now, I haven't used it. It's 50ml, and it's lasted me so long because I wanted to ration it, and then I would struggle to find an occasion to wear it. But excuse me, my fingerprints are terrible on this. But generally, what I would do is I would wear it when I'm meeting a friend and having a whole day out with them. And I just wanted to feel uplifted, but not offend anyone. If I'm going to the movies, this was really nice. So yeah, it didn't get much of a wearing in summer, maybe once or twice. But it's a weird thing because I'll be sad when I've run out, but I'm not sure if I'm going to rush to buy it. You can buy them on eBay. They will be pricey on eBay, but I'm not sure if I want to pay the premium prices because it's discontinued. I don't feel, it's weird, I love it, but I don't feel that strongly about it that I want to buy a new one immediately. Maybe one day I will, but not, yeah, it's not like immediate because, say, this lasted me so long, and even that little bit might last me a long time. So I don't know if you know what I'm kind of trying to say there, but yeah. Let's just go Kenzo again. This is in a pouch. This pouch came with a different Kenzo fragrance that I bought, but I kept the pouch to keep this bottle safe. And this is Kenzo Homme Eau de Parfum. Again, comes in the katana sword bamboo bottle, and I've used about 60% of this. This is an Eau de Parfum concentration. The original, this is discontinued as well. The original Kenzo Homme Eau de Toilette, as opposed to the Eau de Parfum, is still available. The OG was released in 1991, and it has this kind of old school, almost like rubber dinghy. I don't know if that's deliberate, but it has a rubber dinghy smell. opened, but then it has this beautiful aquatic dry down, like an almost freshwater lily dry down. Very nice. This is completely different. This is just very aquatic and deep, and it's got a lot of spices backing it up as well. So, and again, as with all these, the sprayer is on top like that. So, yeah. I did wear this a couple of times. I was finding actually it was strong to start with, but didn't. Good projection, but it didn't last. It's not been lasting that long, unfortunately. So that's a bit disappointing for an eau de parfum because, yeah, I mean, it's weird. Some eau de toilettes will last a long time, but they might not be like filling the room. Whereas this is strong at first, but doesn't last. Like, it doesn't last on my skin that long. So, bit of a shame. But I would be tempted to buy another one if I run out. But this, again, this will probably last me another couple of years, probably. Yeah. Okay, next, here's an interesting one. This is one which I put away in the summer, and then I got it out again because I wanted to wear it during the summer months, even though I was feeling like it's more of a wintry fragrance or a cold weather fragrance. This is Zadig Voltaire. This is in Vibes of Freedom. It has a sort of textured box. And this is a very sandalwood, lavender heavy fragrance. Actually saw some reviewers say that it smelled like a inside of a hamster cage, and they did not like it. I get that if it's like the wood shavings of a hamster cage. I get that feeling, but for me it's just it's an interesting like lavendery woody fragrance. It's quite modern smelling. It has this sort of bluish juice, and I've used, you can see there, probably about 65-70% of this. It's a 50ml bottle. I really like it, and again, because we had some rainy, cooler days in summer, not many, but some. I pulled this out for those rainy, cooler days because it fits that vibe perfectly. This is one that you could offend people if you go overboard. They might complain that you smell like a hamster cage if you go overboard, but no, I think it's really nicely blended. Sandalwood has a distinctive scent. Yeah, it's like a sharp woody scent, but yeah. But yeah, I really like it. This is going to be like a year-round fragrance for me. So it was actually a birthday present. So I've had this since February. So I've had this about 7 months, and yeah, considering I've got about 37 bottles in my collection, so I've put quite a dent in that. Alright, next, another year-round fragrance. This is Carolina Herrera, Bad Boy. I bought this at the duty-free at the airport as well, around Christmas time last year. And it's in the lightning bottle. This is Bad Boy Cobbled. Not Bad Boy, sorry, Bad Boy Cobbled. Bad Boy's the original, which I always wanted, but I've never owned. And it has this sprayer which goes like that. And it's a sort of bluish, gradiated juice. This one I seriously started wearing in spring on my honeymoon in April. Because I brought it with me to Paris, and it was a great exploring Paris fragrance. Didn't last a long time on me. I don't know if this batch was a bit weak. You've heard me say it before, but I've smelled bottles in store, and on the card it lasted a long time, but I felt like on my skin it didn't last as long as I was hoping. These bottles get so many fingerprints on. The reason is because I always put my sunblock on or moisturizer, then I put my fragrance on. I put sunblock on every day, and so you can. I always get the sunblock smudges on my fragrances because I put that on afterwards, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, it's really nice. It's got a plum note, so it's like juicy and uplifting. It's not like Aquatic. It's kind of like a sort of almost like Bleu de Chanel blue fragrance with a bit of a pop, with a bit like a fruity pop. What's that? Oh, it's this plastic front bit where the stand is. Yeah, but yeah, I do want to check out the original Bad Boy for sure. Alright, next, this is my all-time favourite fragrance. This is Kistner by The Body Shop. They recently did a new type of bottle which is clear. Clear. It used to be like a green frosted bottle. This is just so... It's a green, citrusy, fresh fragrance with it's got like a mossy base. Whenever I want to make an impression, or I don't, just want to be uplifted, I will wear this. So yeah, and I've been trying to sort of, I only rebought it sort of in April, May, this bottle, but I usually get through a bottle a year because say is my go-to fragrance, and because it's not very strong, so you can go a bit crazy with it. But then again, I like to try and save my money, so I don't like to go. Well, I basically used my other fragrances in my collection, so I've got plenty. So yeah, that is Kistner by The Body Shop. I've got loads of fragrance videos, like my whole collection, so I talk about those a bit more in depth, but I'm just trying to get through these a bit more quickly. Okay, next, I did have a clear out in between fragrances. This is 212 VIP Black. This is my shirt today. So this one I definitely just wore pretty much once, and I actually wore it to I had a formal work dinner, and I thought it would be perfect for that, and so I wore it for that. That's the bottle. This is a 50ml bottle, again unfortunately with my fingerprints all over it, but I actually have one of these travel decants, so I put it in that because it was only like a 2-day conference, so and it was perfect for that. So yeah, for the work conference, it was one of those ones where it was full of people. We were on my stomach. We were on a big dining table, and it was loud and it was full of other people. So yeah, this is quite a strong sort of going out fragrance. Starts off with an absinthe note, which is interesting. Nice sprayer there. And this is very strong. This is not like a comforting bedtime fragrance. I've used a fair bit considering I've had this about a year, I think, maybe a little bit longer, I'm not sure, maybe about exactly a year. And yeah, I've used about 80% of it, but yeah, it was really nice. I'd always smell this. It's got a magnetic cap, by the way, sorry about the snap. But it's got a nice sort of strong but pleasant smell to me, but too strong for like a comforting evening for a bedtime. It is good for going out, although like I said, I don't go out very much, so I might just wear this on early on a winter evening after I've done my workout and I've had my dinner, and I'll wear it for the rest of the evening, and hopefully it'll have calmed down by bedtime, and yeah, I can use this up, and yeah, this is one that I would smell in the store, and I finally saw it for a good price in store, and I bought it at Superdrug. So yeah, very nice, but yeah, go easy on it. So 212 VIP man. wore it once, but for a special occasion. This one is called Courage Wild Ocean. This is another aquatic one. So I've had this about 18 months. And this is my second bottle of this. This is a French company. Oh, I love the design on the box there. Oceanic. Beautiful artwork there. And this is the bottle. It's like a cool bottle, big chunky square. And it says Wild Ocean on the side. And it sort of has their logo, which is, this sort of C. I think to me it looks like a C and an S, but it's their logo. It's very cool. So, and this is my second bottle of this because I had a bottle and I used it all up. I bought this one again last year because I saw it for a good price, but it's quite hard to find now, unfortunately. And this smells really salty and aquatic. It smells like hot sand on a beach. That's what it's supposed to. Oh, sorry, what it's supposed to smell like. So, and this has been like one of my bedtime comfort fragrances. But I realised it was going down, and I realised that it's, I was really getting through it as a comforting bedtime fragrance, but then I sort of slowed down because it's hard to get now. It's discontinued, and I don't want to use it all up immediately. So, and also I wanted to try to wear it more during the day as well. So I did wear it at night, but also I wore it during the day to give it sort of a bit more of a chance to shine. This lasts a long time for an aquatic fragrance. Excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. And I might keep this out for the winter as well, just because it might be a good one if I don't know what to wear, and I don't really want to wear a heavy winter fragrance. Like I said, this is quite strong it's quite a strong, salty, sandy smell. It's amazing how they've done it, really. So that's Courage Wild Ocean. Okay. Next one. This is one I've used a lot. This is Tommy Bahama For Him. And I've definitely used a lot of this. If you know Nautica Voyage, which is like the most popular fragrance online, the biggest selling fragrance online, I love Nautica Voyage. I used to own it, and this smells very much like Nautica Voyage, and you can see I've used nearly, like 70% of this fragrance. It had a sort of flip cap top, which was plastic, and it snapped off, unfortunately. So, again, this has been like an evening and bedtime fragrance. I wore it evenings after the gym, but also at bedtime as well, which is why it's gone down quite a lot. So, and I bought this in the USA as well at Beals. Again, they're a bit like a TK Maxx. Let me know if you shop at Beals in the USA. But I bought it on a December night. It had been on my list for a long time, and I finally got my hands on it. I think I paid about $30 for it. 25, $30, so maybe about £25. Very nice. I don't think I'll buy this again immediately because I'll probably want to buy Nautica Voyage again, which would be my second bottle of Nautica Voyage. So, but yeah, that's Tommy Bahama For Him. It's quite a nice spray. It's very light and springy, which I quite like. But yeah, really fresh and uplifting, and aquatic. It's got like a sort of this really pleasant fruity apple scent with some oceanic notes. It's not boozy. The orange bottle might make you think it's boozy or ambery, but it's not. Very similar to Nautica Voyage, maybe a little bit spicier. I don't know, bit So, okay, let's go. Another strange French brand which I found in France, Castelbajac, Homme Cool. This is one of my absolute new favourites, and I bought this in Strasbourg, last September. So I've had this almost exactly a year, and I've used about 65% of this. You can see where the label is, just where it says on. I like the cool bottle. It's sort of like that, and then it goes thin. It's really nice for travelling. This is like a really well, it's actually got a description on the back. A magnetic perfume with iced woody accord, somewhere between freshness and sensuality, and that's it. Yeah, it's very fresh. Yeah, so this is one of my new favourites. This has got a great sprayer. I'll just do one. I think it's discontinued, but I did see it in Paris a few months later on my honeymoon, so you still can get it. I would definitely buy this again. I love it so much. Yeah, and this is a year-round one when I don't know what to wear, when I would definitely buy this again. But I also saw the original Castelbajac Homme, which smelled really good, so I might try that one first if I ever get back to France. Yeah, but that is so nice. One of my absolute favourites. Okay, we're into the last three now. This is Kenzo. Low Kenzo Intense. The box is battered, and I'm such a geek that I taped up the box on the bottom because I like to keep my boxes. This has travelled with me all over the place. This is my wife's favourite fragrance on me. It was launched in 2014 or 15 and is now discontinued, sadly. It's one of their summer flankers. They do like a summer low Kenzo edition. And that's the bottle, just black, and well, not black, it's a very dark blue, but it's sort of, yeah. And this bottle I have used about, yeah, I'm down to about 25%, it's about there. It's kind of cool effect there with my lighting. And this is deep and dark and aquatic and cool. I don't want to spray this because yeah, I don't want to use it all up just yet. One of my favourites. I do tend to ration it a bit, but this is a big 100ml bottle, and I actually bought a 30ml bottle off eBay, and I bought another 100ml bottle, and I did see a 50ml bottle, so I think I want all three sizes just as backup bottles. I'm not one for buying backup bottles, but just because this is one of my favourites, I like it as well as my wife, because there are some that my wife isn't as keen on me, but yeah. Yeah, but this one is it's just really nice, aquatic, but it's got a bit of backbone to it. It's quite sort of has a sweet effect. But again, it's just really, really nice. So yeah. Okay. All right. Actually, no. I'm gonna break it up. So I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna break up the brands because I've got another Kenzo I want to finish. But this is Davidoff Cool Water Night Dive, another discontinued one from about 2014, 2015. This batch is probably a bit later than that, but it's another one that I would see in the airport, not buy, and then got nostalgic for it and wondered if I could get it. And I found this 200ml bottle for an amazing price. Just get that out of the way. So, and this is another sort of deep, dark, aquatic, a bit similar to the Kenzo in a way, in sort of the feeling of it. And I love the bottle of this. And go on, let's have a spray. Okay, you're getting sprays of my discontinued fragrances here. I've seen it for still quite reasonable prices on eBay to say it's discontinued, but this has a sort of deep dark aquatic opening, but then the dry down is very woody and it smells like a wet wood, like a wood that's been floating in the water and it's got wet and it's got that sort of smell to it, that sort of damp wood smell, but not in an unpleasant way, if you know what I mean. There are certain like rooty, earthy veterinary fragrances which give me an absolute headache. And this is not that. This is just so pleasant and nice and gives you a nice aquatic opening with a nice woody dry down. But there's a fragrance called Encre Noire which everyone loves. Cannot stand it. Gives me instant nausea. It's like a rooty, earthy... To me it smells like you open some old drawers, fusty drawers, and it's a bit off-putting. But certain vetiver fragrances I like. I don't know if this has vetiver in it, because it's quite a common note. But yeah, it's aquatic, but with a bit of a backbone. So that's my cool water night dive. I wore this. I would tend to wear my summer fragrances like, you know, on a weekend. Say, okay, this is the weekend I wear this one in summer, and maybe the odd evening if I was feeling a bit sort of. Like wanting to have like a nice fragrance in the evening, but my nicer ones I will save for the weekend at the moment. So yeah, so that's night dive. And finally, let's finish on a Kenzo. This might be my second or third favourite fragrance after the Low Kenzo. This is Low Kenzo Pour Homme, the original. It was launched in 1996, I believe, or 8, maybe 1998. After the women's version in 96, and it's still available, it's still in production, and it's one of my favourites. Has it's a famous artist, that wave, that image is famous, I think. Version of this, actually. Let me know if you're female and you've got the original, the Low Kenzo Pour Femme. This is my second bottle of this. I've had this 100ml bottle for 4 years now, and I've used just about 60% of this one. Again, it has the wave design, just like the Kenzo there, so side by side. I do like that design, actually. I think it's very cool. You can see the wave design, and this is very lemon forward. So immediately when you spray this, you get this beautiful blast of lemon, and then it has water lily in the mid, and just a bit of a light woodsy dry down. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't last very long at all, but that opening is so nice, so refreshing. It's just a sharp, tangy lemon that it's just so worth it for me, and you can usually find it for a reasonable price online, and like I said, widely available. So this is one where, you know, when I don't know what to wear again, I'll get a good few blasts out of this. So yeah, definitely wore this a couple of times in summer on the odd evening as well. Again, with my favourites, even though I might, if it's a light one, I'll go overboard with the sprays, but I might just sort of ration it because I don't want to use up my favourites. But like I said, this is available, so I will, as soon as this is run out, I will immediately buy a new one, because I always want this in my collection. After Kissner and after this, maybe it's Kissner, then this, then that. That's my order of my favourites in my collection at the moment. So yeah, absolutely love it. Christopher Cologne ASMR has been wanting to try Kenzo, so I recommend you try this, Christopher Cologne ASMR, and anyone try this. Absolutely unisex as well, but this is the one I'd recommend, the original Low Kenzo. or the original Kenzo Om, which is now in a bamboo bottle. Just, yeah, the 1991 version. I don't like the Kenzo Eau de Toilette Intense. I thought that was really nauseating, but I know that some people love that. Marine as well, not that keen. These sort of newish ones, I'm not as keen, unfortunately, but yeah. Alright guys, so that's my summer fragrance wearing. It was a hot summer. Not my favourite summer in terms of like seasons, and I didn't do anything special. I was just working, but these fragrances got me through it. So it was a nice, great summer of fragrance wearing, and I definitely put a dent in those summer fragrances. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video, and please check out my hundreds of other videos, including lots and lots of fragrance videos as well. So do check those out, and I'll see you soon for another ASMR video. Thanks for watching,